All right. So next we have, but we kind of touch on this just a little. Rhea Ripley finally vacates the WWE Women's Championship, and there will be an interim champion that will be decided at SummerSlam in a six-woman ladder match. What do you guys think
Saw
about
Hmm.
this
that?
coming. I saw this coming.
All right,
From what
so
I saw, that she had that knee injury because she tore her
mm,
meniscus, right?
Yeah, she having a
yeah,
meniscus tear.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Automatically, she was
That's
gonna
fine.
vacate that.
That's
Same.
automatically
That's the
from done.
same. That's the same injury Naomi had when she won the championship from Alexa Bliss. I remember she had to
Hmm.
vacate the title, and she vacated in like 9 days or so like that. Same injury.
But
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
do like, if this a thing moving forward, what I do like is them doing like instead of stripping the champion of the title, having an
Hmm.
interim champion, like how what boxing would do or the UFC would do, is where because she's still the champion technically. They didn't strip her the title.
Technically,
Yeah, so
she
Exactly.
didn't
technically
lose the
she's still
championship.
the championship.
Yeah.
So what they're saying is Rhea Ripley is still the champion, but we're gonna have this ladder
Hmm.
match to crown a champion. It'll be the interim champion, and then when she come back, they have a bout to see who's the undisputed. Which I like the
Yeah.
idea. I guess it gives wrestlers like ease to know like even though I'm going to be away for some time, I could come back to the main event scene, even if it's just for that match, a couple more. I
Yeah.
just don't want to fall off the map. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I do like this idea. Now, mind you, I wish they'd have started about 10 years ago when Finn Balor was champion.
So,
Oh boy.
so Gabe, what you're saying is that if they're doing interim champions now, that means Naomi should be getting her championship back when she returned.
Fuck you.
No, no, she's probably gonna have a rematch
No, 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 no,
for it.
no, no. She can't.
Why
She
not?
can't.
What's the
What you
difference?
mean?
Wait,
What
why
you
she
mean?
can't?
What's the difference?
She never
No,
lost the championship.
because that ain't the rule. That wasn't the rule then.
So how come it's a rule now because it's Rhea Ripley?
All right, then well, that they just made the rule. So duh. We ain't doing
Oh
this.
wow.
We ain't doing this. That's not what we doing. We ain't doing
Nope.
that.
Nope.
We ain't
Nope.
We
doing that.
we can take it
Nope.
there. We can take it
But
there.
I ain't a
we,
part of it. I ain't a part
I
of
ain't
it.
doing that.
Don't put me in
I
this.
ain't
I
doing
ain't a
that.
part of it.
Nah, I ain't doing that. But if I was to indulge in the argument, if I was to indulge in the argument,
And dodge just a little. Let's go.
your argument wouldn't make sense because
Why not?
number one, Roman Reigns had to give up his title because he had to step away. Finn Balor had to give up his title because he had to step away. Seth Rollins had to give up his title because he had to step away. Triple H had to give up his title because he blew out his.
So why can't she just give up a title? She
You
been
talking
she been
about
she had a title still for like a month, you know.
you? You hear what they saying? It's a new rule. I'm saying I like the change.
Okay,
I don't
I
understand what
got
you
you.
arguing.
I just saying I think Naomi should get a title. She should get a title back when she should have a nice title, you know.
She even
Win.
coming back, bro. She just had a baby.
But you mean like
I just
give
see
her
for
the
that for
title
stuff for
or like
stuff like that,
Not give her the title. Like throw her
like
back into the title picture.
for
no?
stuff
I mean,
like
of
that,
course, because she never lost it.
for stuff
She
like
never
that,
lost
I don't
the
think you
title.
could interim the title. For a pregnancy, you can't interim the title because that's the length of the pregnancy. Hold on. That's the length of the
Finish. Yeah, you
pregnancy,
finish.
and then the time that they have to the time that it could take the female body to heal after having a baby. You mean to tell me you want them put up the thingum for heist for 2.5 years potentially?
No, no. But okay. But when they use the term interim, they making the person that will eventually win this ladder match make them seem like there's a joke. Make them seem like there's a B champion.
How would they be a
I
B
mean,
champion?
If you call them interim, like, oh, you only hold until Rhea Ripley come back.
No,
I mean,
because
in a
then you
way, it kind of does
no.
look
You
like
want me
that
to tell you?
though.
Adam Pearce said that this interim champion will be crowned, and when Rhea Ripley comes back, we'll see who is the real champion. That makes it seem like they're a joke
How? All right, so
because
let me
they're
ask you.
not.
See, here's my thing. Here's my thing. I feel like the reason why you looking at it like that is because you don't watch other sports with this exact same inkling in it. Boxing is the same thing.
It's
Oh, oh,
wrestling.
oh, hold on, man. Okay. You going to listen to the point or what?
Say your point.
Boxing have the same rules. The UFC have the same
Mm-hmm.
rules. You want me to tell you why we could bring it in wrestling? Because it's still kind of combat. You still have titles on the line where it ain't a team, it's one individual. In the UFC, if the champion have a fight versus the number one contender, right? And the champion can't go, that belt is now up. That belt is now up as an interim champion for whoever they replace the champion with. And then whenever the champion comes back, then they have a fight with whoever the interim is to fight the main champion to see who have the belt. If I have the belt as a UFC champion and I win, I literally win. I get my money to show up and I get my bonus for winning, right? And then now after me as a champion, I get, let's say my payout. Let's say for saying sake, just use numbers for saying sake. Let's say my payout before was $100,000 for every fight, right? Now me being a champion is $500,000 every fight. But if I get injured, I should get my belt just snatched away, even though I just win, and I guaranteed to get more money now. Why would it make sense to just yuck my belt away and I work for it? Even if I injured or not, give me time to come back. You don't have to hold the belt up for hostage because you could put something in the works to say somewhat y'all could still compete for it. The title could still be on TV. The title ain't getting held up. And then when I come back, I could still lose. This ain't even like MMA or UFC. The shit's scripted. So I could come back, I
Okay.
could still lose, and whoever was in the space could keep the space.
Yes, but then they're not leaving that room for creativity. They could just
How?
they could just leave it, right? Leave it. Let the person win. Let them build up themselves as a champion without the thought of being interim champion. And then let Rhea Ripley surprisingly return to challenge them like that. But don't say interim and tell Rhea Ripley gets
back. They could still do that. All right, let me ask you a question. What is the difference? What is the difference, right? Because if Rhea Ripley's return is a surprise anyway, what's the difference?
With WWE, everything ain't a surprise anymore. So basically, they just take that aspect out of it.
That's my thing, though. They do that with everyone when it comes to injury. They don't tell you the exact date, but they tell you how far along they're going, and then they give you hints at a time space.
I don't know. I still don't like it.
Because even with the injuries,
they say that with all though.
Hmm?
No, I say I wouldn't say they do that with all the time.
No, they do that with
like
all.
To say like they coming back.
But people have timelines. Like people have timelines for when they're supposed to come back from a certain injury, and then they wouldn't mention it on TV. The time would still pass. They wouldn't mention it on TV, and then the person would come back 6 months later, like the plan said. But because they wasn't mentioning it, we forget. The exact same thing could happen to Rio because they just do this. We ain't even give it a week or two to see if they could keep talking about her to say, oh, we scheduled in this. Give them time to see if they keep mentioning her. If they don't mention her, then she coming back with a surprise. They ain't gonna give us the date. But if they keep mentioning it, then they could do it like an actual promotion and be like, okay, this date she can come back, and that's where that surprise ain't. But we didn't give them time to see how they're working it yet.
Well, yeah, I mean that is true.
Well, let's see what WWE does because their creativity like little out the door these days. So let's see what they do.
I feel like this is a nice swing. I feel like this is a nice movement in the right direction.
Like I said, let's see what they do.
You wouldn't be if this is Naomi we talking about. You wouldn't be Let's be real here. You only
do it for Naomi.
Listen. You only but listen. You only care.
They
all the time
aren't gonna do it for Naomi.
Like a fake champion. They ain't making him look like a fake champion. If they did this for Naomi, you wouldn't care if they made the other person look fake.
Well, I know for certain that they're not going to do it for Naomi. When she comes back, they're probably going to.
I'm talking about that.
When
if they did it, would that have been the argument?
I'm not answering that.
Yeah.
I'm not answering that.
I know. Full of shit.
They ain't going to do it for Naomi.
Full of shit.
Man.
They ain't going to do it for Naomi.